I know it seems like there's always another way of doing just about anything, but when it comes to C-clamps, it seems like BESSEY's pretty much got them all figured out. BESSEY's light-duty malleable iron clamps are tougher than that name suggests. They're available in galvanized or black powder coat finish, in clamping capacities up to 8 inches, and clamping pressures up to 1,200 pounds. The spindles have the popular Acme thread and ball-mounted swivel pads at the end. BESSEY also has a quick-release C-clamp in the same malleable iron series. The frame and spindle are essentially the same, but BESSEY adds this push button that releases the spindle. To install this clamp, you just push the red button and slide the spindle up against the work. Then you can give the handle a couple of turns to apply the pressure that you need. While the clamp's under pressure, that red button is locked out. You have to turn the handle to relieve the clamping pressure, and then you can use the red button to slide the spindle back out. Also in the malleable iron series is this unique double jaw clamp. All of the spindle and most of the frame should look familiar, but when you get to the bottom of this clamp, things get a little different. That twin jaw gives you some interesting possibilities. I like using this to hold two pieces side by side and still have access to the joint. You can also use this on a corner to hold two mitered pieces of trim. And if you're going to do something hot or messy, these jaw covers just slip right off. The 540 series ductile iron clamps go a step further in terms of strength and pressure. These clamps are available with capacities from 2.5 inch up to 14 inch, and pressure capabilities go from 1,100 pounds to 2,850. These spindles also have the heavy Acme threads and a swivel end. And all that adds up to a clamp that's easy to use and holds very tight. Next is the 100 series heavy-duty clamps, and they live up to their name. The bodies of these clamps are specially forged and heat-treated to give them maximum strength. They do have a pin handle, but BESSEY makes a square head so you can use a wrench to make full use of this fine thread and a ball swivel end on the spindle. These clamps are available with capacities from 2 to 12 inches and clamping pressures from 7,500 pounds up to 15,000 pounds of pressure. And when you need what's getting close to being ridiculous clamping pressures, get out the heavy service clamps from BESSEY. The bodies are drop forged and then specially heat treated to get the maximum strength. Even the spindle is oversized and finely threaded to help develop the maximum 40,000 pounds of pressure these clamps are capable of. When you pull out these clamps, the work knows that you're not fooling around anymore. The end of the spindle is tapered, and that's because of the tremendous pressures these clamps can generate. As a little demonstration about why you should be paying attention when you apply pressure with these clamps, we'll put a penny under the spindle. And I'll tighten up the spindle a little bit with a crescent wrench, not even using a long wrench here. The design of the threads mean that pressure builds up fast, and you want to be aware of that. We only went a little less than a turn. Now we'll back it off and we'll see what happened to our penny. And remember how little I actually turn the spindle. This just shows you that you want to pay attention when you're using this much clamping force. If you're looking for quality, dependable C-clamps, you're going to have a hard time finding a better deal than BESSEY's.